Welcome to the Innovation World Young Collaborator podcast series. I'm Maxwell.
And my name is Arn Botra, and we're at the People of Play's Young Inventor Challenge.
Today with me is...
I'm Dick Esterle. I'm a toy inventor.
And what brings you here today?
Well, I've been here in the past as well. So there's also a conference that goes on here, which is toy inventor conferences, and they meet with manufacturers and designers and innovators. So that takes 2 days before this, and then Saturday and Sunday is the toy fair. And then I've always been part of this judging since it got started, so I like to do that.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. And you're also a judge, correct?
Yes, I am a judge.
Very nice.
Yes.
So, why do you find it important to go to the conference before this and meet with manufacturers? And then also, why do you find it important to be judging this kind of event?
Well, it's important just because this is where we share our ideas and we show, possible manufacturers, and this is how you get your inventions out into a store. So the manufacturers, look over. There's a lot of products being shown.
Yes.
It's also a game convention.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to do more toys and objects.
Yes.
And so anyway, this is how we meet each other and get to know each other, and hopefully one of our products will be out on the show.
Yes. A lot of unique ideas all around us, for sure.
And what were some sweet or sour moments you've had?
Sweet or sour moments? Well, during the competition, or just in time?
Just over the time doing what you do?
Yeah, sometimes you get a toy and it's out there and you think it's good, but it doesn't sell as well. So then the company is not going to sell it. They can't make money, and so unfortunately it might get dropped. But the sweet is when we do get a toy on the shelf and it starts to sell and it does very well. So, like for instance, my Icosa puzzle right now is doing very well. It's geometry based. And the Knobbly Wobbly ball has been out there for 25 years now and all over the world. And one of the funniest things that happened was that I had a friend call me up and on YouTube. He goes, "You got to watch this." And in Australia, a woman had befriended magpies, the
Yes.
birds. And she had bought them some toys, and one of the toys she bought was a Knobbly Wobbly, and the bird is playing with it and actually protecting it from the other magpies trying to get it. So if you put in magpies and Knobbly Wobbly and toys, you might be able to see that on YouTube.
That's hilarious. I mean, your toys have had a very wide reach, you can tell by that.
Right, yeah. It's been all over the world now.
Yeah,
it's really
that's
fun to find.
That's amazing. I'm sure everyone is curious. Can you tell us a little bit more about your job as a toy inventor and what kind of toys you design?
Well, basically, I do infant toys. So I usually say rattles and balls. That's kind of easy. So the very first thing I did was a rattle. And it was based on a geometry idea that I had. And then that kind of grew into some puzzle ideas. And so, that's usually where I sit in terms of what I try to do. But I try to do other things that are funny. Like I was thinking one time, when you're inventing, you never know where an idea comes from. So I was working on, there are these footballs with fins that are very much fun. And I was working on something with clown faces. And I decided to put my clown face on the football. So it was a funny football, right? And it was for toddlers, and you could actually, put it on its tail and kick it like a stand, those sort of things. So ideas come from everywhere. And the other thing I'd like to say is really, geometry is really important.
Yes.
And I mean just triangles, squares, and pentagons. So I do this thing called Spaceships Die Cut with the Children's Museum in Pittsburgh, where you can actually die cut your own shapes and they clip together. And you start to learn the very first 5, the ABCs of shape, are called the platonic solids. And it's 4, 6, 8, 12, and 20, if you remember those numbers. So there's a 4-sided, 6-sided, 8-sided, 12-sided, and 20-sided. And actually, if you look at the Knobbly Wobbly ball, you'll see 20 triangles, shapes, and 12 pentagons. And every soccer ball has 12 pentagons. So you'll find those numbers, and then they start to combine.
Yes.
So those are like the ABCs, where they're all the same shape, polygon, and then you make the polyhedra out of them. So it's a very rich world, actually. And it's good to know if you're making things that are, say, 3D models and in space.
For sure. I mean, geometry is all around us, and I like your toys kind of pick up on that idea for kids.
Yeah, exactly. And then in architecture,
Yes.
We walk through geometry all
Exactly.
the time, right? Whether it's interesting or not, that's up to you.
Yeah.
So that's what you try.
I love that. Do you have any advice for people that are trying to get into the career of toy inventing that you've gained through your years of experience?
Well, again, like I said, I studied art and architecture, so art is a really rich place to go because you want to look at everything, you want to learn to draw, you want to see things. So it's important to look at as much as you can, learn as much as you can, and then read as much as you can. All those sort of things your teachers probably tell you, and then watch programs. There's a really good program from the 70s actually, but it was on the history of invention. It's called Connections, James Burke.
Yeah.
And you can find it on archive.org.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's a good one to watch. And because it's a sort of idea like the simple cam. There's like a water wheel and a cam, and it pounds flour. And they would do 28 tons of flour a day in Roman times back then. And that turned into a music box, and it turned into the jackpot loom, and that turned into the computer.
Interesting. Yeah.
So, things happen, and ideas emerge.
Yeah.
So it's important to always be open and look around you, just think everything comes from inside your own head.
Yeah. The inspiration is all around us, we just have to look for it.
Is there anything else you would like to say or share with us?
Well, I enjoy coming to this fair, and I enjoy what I see when I do the Young Inventors Challenge because just because there's so many kind of fresh ideas and things that are combined, it's just a lot of fun. So, and you guys are great.
We had a great time.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
This was the Innovation World Podcast. I'm Max.
And I'm Mario.
Thank you.